just getting started, right? Yeah. And I think my perspective comes from sort of talking to a bunch of entrepreneurs who have sort of built businesses, call it between 0 and 25, 30 crores, were the people that I initially spoke to try and get there. I think there are some patterns on what you need to do. And I think the break points for me are 0 to 20, 20 to 100, 100 to 500, and 500 and above, right? In terms of net revenue, we're talking about
crores.
Crores. So in the first 0 to 20 crores, in my mind, I think it is all product driven, word of mouth driven, community that we talked about, and content driven, but it is not performance marketing driven. You should have great reviews, you should have great repeat rates, you should have great social media following, you should be part of a community, right? I think if you can build it that way, you're building it in a very healthy manner. So the product quality is probably the most important thing in my mind to get right, followed by content and community, followed by distribution strategy. I think you talked about distribution strategy. I think from the 0 to 20 crores, if you can keep an 80-20%, where 80% is e-commerce platforms and 20% is D2C, it's a great mix, because then you have enough consumer data, but you also have reach, right, that you can actually get to. So my theory is if you can get the first 20 crores this way, it's like a very healthy way to grow if you're going to start a brand.
But I don't agree at one place, 80% marketplace. Marketplace is very difficult to build a brand and talk about the brand. You
yes,
get the top line, yes.
No, but yes and no. I think it depends on what the platform is. I think, for example, if you can actually take part in a program within an Amazon or a Myntra, I think you can actually get to showcase it. I'm saying, look,
Not
it's
so
the
easy.
easiest way to, I think there are ways to growth hack, Kishore, in my view. I think, for example, if you're a D2C star program and you can actually sort out an interesting deal in Myntra, it's a great way to grow because you have a brand page. You are able to represent it, right?
But you are representing a brand in the way they want you to represent. That's the challenge.
Yes, I think within some constraints for sure.
Yeah.
But I still think, by the way, it gives you... See, for me, I'm not trying to fully do brand building yet. I'm trying to make sure there's product market fit and make sure that this... See, if you're a new person starting off, what do you need? You need to sort of get to some scale. If you need external funding, you need to be able to get external funding. And you need to start having enough runway for you to be able to build from the 20 to 100, right? So for me, just very practically, right? If you focus 100% on D2C, for example, I think you can represent the brand, but you'll end up bleeding money, which means, by the way, you'll have to raise money much sooner, right?
I personally believe a little bit differently. I believe if the brand is not right, the packaging is not right, the color is not right. There are color codes, there is brand codes for everything.
Yes.
And if you don't get it right, nothing will go right.
I, by the way, think, Kishore, the opposite. I think there are lots of bad brands that get sold through performance marketing.
No, it's not about...
Just give me 1 minute, right? Just to complete this, right? So I can tell you 50 brands in Myntra that basically grew on subsidy, right? Which is either you threw a discount at it or you threw a performance marketing at it, but it can't sustain beyond a certain number because repeats don't come.
Fair enough.
Right? So I'm saying the first 20 crores may get a consumer right?
I'm not talking about 20 crores. I'm talking overall if you don't get the brand right. Because I personally believe brand is like making a spaceship.
Yeah.
People take it very lightly. Because brand has to communicate a lot. It has to emote with you. It has to talk to you. And if that is not correct, a great product also can't do anything.
But I'll tell you, by the way, just one thing. I think having a great brand view and not a great product also leads to
brand and
death.
product has to be right.
Right? No, I'm saying you have still a chance to correct the brand from 20 to 100. If you have to take a chance...
It will not work. You will not reach 20 crores.
I think you can. Right? So...
Give us an example.
Yeah, so...
and the brand was not right and the product was great and it happened.
No, I'll give you an example, right? I think Dennis Lingo, which is a brand of ours, wasn't particularly built as a brand. It was a 20 crore odd brand.
But it works in India. We started a brand called John Miller. People accepted it as an American brand.
Peter England, by the way, did it, right? I think
so. Same thing you used it.
No, but I'm saying, but you
so
can build a brand on top of
there.
that.
But there is a brand thought there.
No, I think there is a brand thought there, but I'm saying the most limited time when you want to start something is your time. The question is, what are the four things you focus on?
Somebody thought about the brand.
Of course,
there was a work done there.
Of course. That I'm not disagreeing with, Kishore. There has to be
but
some
if you don't
work.
get the brand right, nothing goes right. That's my theory. We have seen it all.
I have a different theory. We may not have to agree on it, right? But my different theory, by the way, is that I think it is important to be consistent. It is important to have great product quality. But I don't think you need the complete brand definition, because I think a brand can continue to evolve from 20 to 100 crores as well, right? Just different theory, right? And it'll be interesting to sort of debate out, because I can give you multiple examples of companies where if you don't get the product right, and there's a lot of focus on brand building, getting the brand story, the brand book right, you spend on...
Brand book and brand doesn't make a brand, yeah. Anyway, I think we are saying the same thing, but coming from a different way.
Maybe coming from a different point of view.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Kamath. I'd love to know what you thought of the episode. Comment, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.